Undercover CEO enters store, finds cashier crying. But then things get worse. The CEO of a major retail chain decided to go undercover, disguised as a regular customer to see what life was really like inside his stores. But he never expected to walk into one of the most heartbreaking scenes of his life. A young cashier stood at the counter, tears running down her face as she tried to smile for customers. At first, he thought maybe it was just a bad day, but what he uncovered next would shake him to his core. Behind those tears was a truth no one in management had ever cared to notice. And that day, his secret mission turned into something much bigger, a test of humanity, compassion, and leadership. What began as a simple undercover visit would soon become a turning point for everyone involved, especially the crying girl who had no idea who she was talking to. It was a chilly Monday morning when Ryan Blake, CEO of the retail chain Shoppes, pulled into the parking lot of one of his lowest performing stores. He wore a plain hoodie, old jeans, and a baseball cap, nothing that hinted at the billionaire he truly was. His plan was simple: blend in, observe quietly, and understand why this particular store had the highest employee turnover rate. As he entered, the store felt tense: gold fluorescent lights, rushed employees, and customers who barely made eye contact. Behind the counter stood a young woman named Sophie. She was clearly struggling to keep it together, her eyes red and voice trembling as she greeted customers with a forced smile. Ryan watched as a rude customer snapped at her because the barcode scanner wasn't working. Sophie apologized again and again, though it wasn't her fault. When the customer stormed out, Ryan saw her quietly wipe away a tear. Curious, he approached her to ask for help finding an item. Up close, he noticed her hands shaking. "Are you okay?" he asked gently. She tried to smile. "I'm fine. Just tired," but her voice cracked, betraying her. Minutes later, the store manager, a stern man named Greg, walked out and barked at her. "Sophie, I told you to skip your break. Stock that shelf now." Ryan's eyes narrowed. He noticed Sophie hadn't eaten, hadn't even had water for hours. Something was wrong here. He decided then and there to stay longer to find out the truth behind her tears. Ryan started stocking shelves alongside Sophie, pretending to be a new trainee. Slowly, she opened up. "I work double shifts because I need to pay my mom's hospital bills," she whispered. "If I miss a day, they cut my hours. I can't afford that." Her words hit Ryan like a punch. She wasn't lazy, she was surviving. But what shocked him more was when she showed him her paycheck, underpaid, with deductions for reasons she didn't understand. When Greg noticed them talking, he shouted, "Sophie, stop wasting time. If you don't like your job, quit." Ryan clenched his fists but stayed silent, observing how other employees flinched at Greg's tone. It was fear, not respect, that ruled this place. That evening, Ryan followed Greg to the back office and overheard him boasting to another manager about keeping staff in line. He even bragged about cutting Sophie's hours to teach her a lesson. Ryan was furious, but he needed proof. He quietly recorded the conversation, then walked out, determined to end this nightmare the right way. The next morning, he returned, not as a trainee, but as himself, the CEO of Shoppes. The next day, the store was buzzing. Cameras and executives had arrived unexpectedly. Greg strutted forward, thinking it was a routine visit. But when Ryan entered in his suit, the look on Greg's face changed instantly. "Morning," Ryan said calmly. "Yesterday, I came here undercover. I saw everything." The room went silent. Employees exchanged shocked glances. Greg stammered, "Sir, I was only doing my job." "By threatening, underpaying, and humiliating your staff?" Ryan interrupted coldly. "You've turned this store into a prison." He called Sophie forward. "Sophie," he said gently, "you showed strength when others would have walked away. From today, your mother's hospital bills will be covered by the company, and I'm promoting you to assistant manager." Tears streamed down her face. "Sir, thank you." "I don't know what to say." Ryan turned to Greg. "As for you, you're fired." Effective immediately, gasps filled the room. Ryan looked around at the employees and said, "This store isn't about profits. It's about people. If our workers cry while serving customers, we've failed as leaders." He announced new mental health support programs and fair wage reforms for every store. Sophie hugged him with trembling hands, whispering, "You changed my life." Ryan smiled softly. "No, Sophie, you reminded me why I started this company that day." Shoppes wasn't just a store, it became a symbol of empathy, justice, and the power of one CEO who dared to care. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs a reminder that kindness and leadership can change lives. Follow for more inspiring real-life stories that restore faith in humanity.